How is it going, everyone? It's Calamity here, and today we're going to be talking about a game that I have quite the history with. That game is Killing Floor 2. Killing Floor 2 is a game that I used to play on the PlayStation 4, and I recently just picked it up again on the Xbox Series X, and I have been enjoying it quite a bit. Enjoying it again quite a bit. I already knew I liked this game, so for me, this is kind of just talking about a game that I already have a history with, a game that I already like, and it's basically just going to be me gushing about this game for a few minutes. So I hope that you will sit tight and indulge me while I do so. So let's talk about Killing Floor 2, a fantastic first-person shooter game. This is a great game. Even in 2020, or it's going to be 2023, good grief. Even in today's age of all these other first-person shooters that are coming out, Killing Floor 2 is still a absolutely just fun time. It's a great game, and I can't recommend this game enough. If you like old school classic Call of Duty Zombies, you're going to love Killing Floor. If you like Left 4 Dead, you're going to love Killing Floor. It's kind of like if you took the two and mixed them together. If you took Call of Duty Zombies and you mixed it with Left 4 Dead Zombies, you get Killing Floor. Because it has the wave-based idea of Call of Duty Zombies, but it has the specialist zombies that you would see in Left 4 Dead. Like, even things like the Boomer. There is a zombie in this game, and the zombies in this are called Zeds. There is literally a character that has the same move as a Boomer. It spits out its bile, and it goes on to you, and it actually like burns you and stuff. I don't know if it attracts more zombies. I don't think it attracts more zombies or anything, but it does burn you, and they even burst just like the Boomers do and everything, just like in Left 4 Dead. You can tell that there's a lot of inspiration taken from games like that. There's even a flesh pounder that reminds me of how the tanks are. There's also this like chainsaw armed guy that kind of reminds me of Chargers from Left 4 Dead. So you can definitely tell that there's some inspiration taken there. And hey, that's all good. You know, they took it and they made it their own. They did a good job of it, and it feels similar but still different enough to where it doesn't feel like a direct copy. The wave-based combat is really fun. I like the way that this game works. Basically, you go through each wave killing zombies. It will pop up how many zombies are left, and once you eliminate all the zombies, that's when the round will end, and a shop will open up. And you'll be able to go to the shop to buy body armor, to buy grenades, to refill your ammo, to buy new guns, and you can do all those things in between rounds. But once a new round starts, that shop closes and you cannot use that shop again. So, when you beat another round, in between the next rounds, a different shop will open up, and you'll have to find that location of the new shop. So you can never use the same shop twice. There will always be a shop open in between rounds, but it will never be the same one. They all sell this exact same stuff. It's basically just a way to get you moving and to keep you moving inside the map. That way you're not staying still for too long and you're not staying in the same place. Basically, it's getting you to explore the map, which is really cool, and I like that idea. You know, it makes it so you're not just camping around trying to do the same strategy as just standing still in the same spot. You have to move, and I appreciate that. And you're going to want to move around a little bit in this game anyway, because you want to see some of the environments. Some of the environments look really good still. There's one in specific that I can remember where you're going on this bridge, and you can basically just overlook all of the environment, and it's so just pretty. It's so gorgeous, and even though, yes, this game is a little bit dated but by today's standards, it still looks great. Like, it was still just overlooking, it was just like, wow, this is still really pretty. I really like that. So, there's still a lot of stuff in this game that looks good. The gameplay is still great, and I enjoy all of that stuff. And I also should say, when you get to the final round, you'll kill all the zombies, and then you'll be able to go to the shop one last time before you get a final boss fight. At the end of every single, basically, match you have, there will always be a boss fight. And it's a random boss. So it can be one of a few different bosses, and you don't ever know who it's going to be. Each one is very unique, each one is very difficult, and they will kick your butt. Some are more difficult than others, but they're all pretty difficult. I think in solo they're a lot easier, but when you start getting into like multiplayer, that's when it feels like they start boosting their health a little bit and making them a little bit more difficult. But still, I like the boss fights quite a bit. I think that they're really cool, really well designed. They look really neat. And just hearing some of the crazy stuff that they say is also really neat and interesting. I like it when they do Christmas events because there's right now for Christmas they're doing a Krampus themed event. So Krampus is actually one of the final bosses that can pop up. There's also a giant flesh pounder, but since it's Christmas themed, it's just a giant nutcracker right now. And even all the actual zombies are dressed as like Christmas characters. You know, you're getting chased by flesh pounders that look like nutcrackers. You're getting chased by these zombies that look like gingerbread men, but they're actually, I think they're based off of Ginger Dead Man, which is an old movie that Gary Busey was in. They look like the Ginger Dead Man. I could be wrong, but that's what they look like to me. But I thought that was funny. And I like that they do that stuff. They do all sorts of different just themes that you'll see every now and then. You know, they did a carnival one year, and that was actually my favorite theme because you just had the craziest stuff going on. You had killer clowns chasing you. You had these what are called sirens that basically scream and they'll hurt your character's ears, and they basically just do damage over time if you're standing in their vicinity while they're screaming. They had those characters, but instead of just being like normal, like sirens or whatever, they were like bearded ladies, I think is what they were, and they would go up to you, and instead of having their loud siren scream, they would just go "Heidi ho," and that's how they would hurt you instead. It just silly stuff, but it's fun. It keeps it entertaining, and you can tell that there's just a lot of thought and a lot of love put into this game. The people who made this game, they obviously enjoy it, and they enjoy what they do, and I think that just makes the game even more enjoyable. The fact that you know that the creators who made this are obviously having fun with the stuff that they're doing. And I love how many maps there are as well. There are a ton of maps to play through. You can play through so many different ones. There's over 10 maps at this point that you can play through. There's a ton of them, and I like all of them. They're all really, really cool. You can also pick different classes. You have different loadouts to start with, so you can pick a few different classes. There's like a gunslinger, there's a sharpshooter, there's a survivalist, there's a commando, and each one of these will have their own perks that you can unlock. They have their own starting weapons. You can upgrade each class individually to get more perks. There's just so much that this game has to offer, and I really enjoy it. Now, I will also say that there is a lot of cosmetic items that you can get, but they're usually locked behind these chests and stuff, and the chests are kind of a pain in the butt. I don't usually mess with that stuff because to me it's not really integral to the gameplay, so I don't bother with that stuff, but I figured I should just throw it out there. The cosmetic stuff is just kind of, I don't really care about it, but it is there, but it's not really something that I mess with. I do change my character because you can actually pick one of multiple different characters, but I don't change the actual cosmetics on the characters because I don't mess with trying to unlock the chest and trying to get the keys for the chests. I don't know how all that works, and I don't really care to. I don't mess with that stuff. I just play the game, and I just enjoy the game. Overall, Killing Floor 2 is still an amazing game that absolutely deserves your attention, even to this day. It is a great game. It's something that if you have not played before, you are missing out. You need to play Killing Floor 2. And I just can't recommend it enough. If you like games like classic Call of Duty Zombies, you will love this. All of the different guns that you can buy, all of the different just maps that there are, all of the different zombie types, all of the different bosses, there's so much here and there's so much playability, and this game goes on sale quite often. I actually, when I picked it up on Xbox, again, it was on sale for $10, so it goes on sale pretty often, and it's worth that. It's worth way more than $10. This game is so much fun. Get it, you know, like I said, I paid $10 for it, but you're going to get way more, you know, than $10 worth of fun out of this game. It is so good, and I highly recommend it. I can't recommend it enough. Check out Killing Floor 2. Thank you guys for watching. I hope they enjoyed this video. Hope I didn't ramble around too much. I know I have a habit of doing that, but, you know, it's kind of my thing. But I'll talk to you next time. You have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.